everybody, welcome to the Minx28 YouTube channel. I appreciate you for checking this video out and checking any other videos on my channel that you have watched or not watched but are going to watch. You should watch them for engagement and so that I can quit my job. I'm going to do this every single time until I quit my job. If you've been living under a rock, then let me inform you of what happened on Saturday in America. Specifically, in the politics of America. There was an attempt on Trump's life, and it failed. The shooter rolled a fucking 1, okay? His luck score was not high enough, and it just wasn't enough. Some people will say thankfully so. Some people in America would say, let the guy try again. Well, he can't try again because the guy is dead. And Trump is alive, and there is another victim of this assassination attempt. And I believe there is 1 or 2 people in severe critical condition in the hospital that were also hit. And this situation just kind of doesn't sit right with a lot of people. And I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, because generally speaking, those people are assumed to be cuckoo. And while I am cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, I am cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in the sense of you have to make me angry to make me want to take your Cocoa Puffs. And I don't know why I'm making this reference about Cocoa Puffs. But if you are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, then you should cocoa your puffs before someone goes cuckoo for your Cocoa Puffs and then takes your Cocoa Puffs, leaving you with a cuckoo-ness for no available puffs. Follow? Cool.
Huh?
I just wanted to look at some of the TikToks going along this situation, because there are some things that don't really per se make sense about the whole assassination attempt, which again, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but if you have ever seen a Secret Service detail, you would know that, okay, they are straight up zooted, booted, locked, and ready to go, okay? Anyone can get shot any day of the week. They protect their principals, their VIPs, with the utmost. They could be in a whole nother country and straight up slaughter an entire city if they wanted to, just to protect the president of the United States, or a president-elect, or a former president, okay? They are some hardcore motherfuckers. Ever since JFK took a bullet to the head, the Secret Service has not taken any of this stuff lightly. Their security details are insane. We recently had Kamala Harris do something at the Duke Energy Performing Arts Center in downtown Raleigh. And those who know me know I work at Shaw. And right across the street is our office. And basically we were instructed, do not open the fucking windows. Okay, if you do, it is likely a straight up sniper will shoot you. And across the street, there were snipers on every corner of the fucking building, like whole ass teams. The whole 9 yards, okay? Everything within a probably like 20 block circumference was under surveillance, okay? By the time you get past the second block going into that 20 blocks, you're more than likely not just dead, you're paced, okay? You are splattered across the fucking pavement. You are completely obliterated. So this guy who was able to get to this event was apparently like less than 300 yards away on a rooftop. Because, I mean, the event was held at, like, some kind of area that's normally used as, like, a farmer's market or, like, something like that. Or just, like, has events at it, and it's on a farm. And there's not a lot of buildings on a farm. I don't know if you've ever been to a farm. There's generally, like, maybe 4 or 5 big buildings. You know, barns or silos or something like that. And, you know, maybe a stable somewhere and areas for the, you know, animals. And then just a lot of fences and a house. Okay, that's usually how farms work. And that's more or less how this place works. So the fact that Secret Service and his security detail did not have this rooftop on lockdown has a lot of people questioning things. So let's just watch some TikToks.
On July 13, 2024, Donald Trump survived an assassination attempt at a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. As of noon Eastern Time, this is what we know about how the events unfolded. The rally took place at the Butler Farm Showgrounds, approximately 35 miles outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Former President Donald Trump took the stage at around 6:03 p.m. Eastern Time. At 6:11 p.m., As Trump was speaking, multiple gunshots were heard. Trump immediately clutched his right ear and dropped to the ground. Secret Service agents quickly rushed to the stage, shielding the former president and instructing the crowd to get down. At 6:12 p.m., Secret Service agents escort Trump off the stage and into a vehicle. Trump throws up his fist to the crowd. At 6:14 p.m., Trump's motorcade leaves the fairgrounds, surrounded by law enforcement vehicles. At 6:42 p.m., the Secret Service issues a statement confirming the incident and that Trump is safe. The Trump campaign also releases a statement saying Trump is fine and being checked out at a local medical facility. The shots were fired from an elevated position outside the rally venue, specifically from a rooftop near the event stage. At 7:49 p.m., a Secret Service spokesman releases a statement saying agents neutralized the shooter, who is dead. The statement also confirms one person was killed and 2 spectators were seriously injured. The shooter was later identified as Thomas Matthew Crooks, a 20-year-old from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. The FBI, along with the Secret Service and local law enforcement agencies, immediately launched an investigation into the shooting, treating it as an attempted assassination of the former president. FBI Special Agent Kevin Orjak stated that the investigation was ongoing and that they were close to confirming the shooter's motive. Investigators believe the gun used in the attack was bought by the father of Crooks at least 6 months ago. Crooks' political leanings have not yet been confirmed. At 8:13 p.m., President Biden delivers a televised briefing, condemning the shooting and expressing his concern for Trump. On July 14, 2:42 a.m., Trump thanks the Secret Service on Truth Social for its swift action and said, "I was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear. I knew immediately that something was wrong in that I heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin. Much bleeding took place, so I realized then what was happening." Trump says he'll still be speaking at the Republican National Convention, which is scheduled for July 15 to 18.
So one of the things that I find interesting about this whole situation is the response initially by the Secret Service was pretty shit. I know I just got done saying all this stuff about how like they locked shit the fuck down, but like it was weird because I'll try and find a full clip, but it was weird because like they held him in place, and I get it, they're trying to figure out where the shooter is. Then he's allowed to stand up, not knowing if this was one shooter or what. He's allowed to stand up, pump his fist, and all this crazy shit. And we see this, and it's like this weird photo op moment. Now, I'm not saying that maybe the Republicans convinced through some intermediary, some brainwashed motherfucker to like shoot at Trump and try and kill him for whatever psychotic thing of like maybe they told him you're not supposed to hit him, or maybe they said if Trump gets hit then we get this obstacle out our way that's kind of destroying the party. I don't know, but it just some of the reactions by the Secret Service agents don't seem per se real. Now people are saying for the crowd that it doesn't make sense that some of them like ran and moved and this and that. But you got to remember, these are all either like gun users or also just everyone's trying to figure out what the fuck is going on in the first place. I mean, when you saw the Las Vegas shooting, a lot of people froze in the moment, was trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. You see, like, you hear the stories from people who have been involved in, Uvalde and all these other mass shootings like the Pulse nightclub and everything. There's a lot of people who are just going to freeze up, okay? Especially if you see someone actively hurt. It's from a gunshot wound. It's a hard thing to process. It's not something that's going to create some immediate process. So that whole thing of like people not running is stupid. I just think the only weird thing on this situation is the Secret Service's reaction, okay, where they're like covering Trump, then they let him give this like, hoorah, we did it thing, or I'm alive, they tried to get me, but they didn't. And then also like he's able to constantly put his fucking head up and all this other shit and be seen as they're making their way to the fucking motorcade. And yes, there are some videos out there where they say, we have the shooter. We've got him, the shooter's down, whatever. You don't know if that's the only shooter. So it's weird. It's very, very weird. And I don't know exactly how to respond to it.
That's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
We ready? Are we good? Shooters down. Are we good to move? Let's move. Let's move. Come on.
Let me get my shoes.
I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes.
Hold that in your head. It's bloody.
So we gotta move to the bus. Let me get my shoes.
Watch out.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm also in pain and also surviving off of pain medication right now because hurt my back, which is great. I hate getting old. But this whole situation is fucking just weird. Like, okay, first they say, like, let's go. The one agent is of the mind of, let's get the fuck out of here. And, they got everyone around him. And then they stop for this motherfucker to get a shoe, which is like, motherfucker, you just got shot at. Who gives a fuck about a goddamn shoe missing? Okay, you just got shot at. A piece of your ear is fucking in someone's fucking popcorn behind you right now, and you're worried about your fucking shoe. Get the fuck out of there, dude. Like, it just a lot of this just seems fucking suspect. Now, it has come out that the Trump shooter was a Republican. Law enforcement authorities have identified the man who made an assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump at a rally in Pennsylvania on Saturday. This is coming from NBC News. The FBI said the shooter who was dead was identified as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. The gunman was immediately neutralized by Secret Service. Chief of Communications Anthony Guglielmi said, dude, the fucking Trump organization always has like some like straight Italian motherfuckers always talking. It is like a Trump fucking, it's just a standard Trump situation. Crooks used a semi-automatic rifle, 3 senior law enforcement officials said, based on what was found at the scene. Crook is believed to have fired 8 shots before he was taken down, said officials citing preliminary findings. Multiple suspicious canisters and containers were found in Crook's vehicle, but it's unclear whether they were functional as incendiary or explosive devices. Crook's family is cooperating with investigators, but his motives remain unclear. Bethel Park is predominantly white, relatively well-to-do city in the southern reaches of greater Pittsburgh. The site of the rally, Butler, is about an hour's drive north of Pittsburgh. A high school classmate, Jason Kohler, 21, said Crooks was a loner who was bullied so much in high school, which, this is the standard of any school shooter or mass shooter in general. They are typically loners, and they are typically rather bullied at some point in their life. Remember, the Uvalde shooter was bullied for coming to school smelling a certain way and having like holes in his clothes and all this stuff. Basically, kids are awful, and they spawn shooters. It's just the way it works, and it's unfortunate because some of this stuff could be fixed if, people weren't assholes. He would sit alone at lunch. He was just the outcast. It's honestly kind of sad. It's definitely terrifying for someone you went to school with to commit such a heinous act. That's the craziest thing about it when it entered my brain. You were in the same class as this person 2 years ago. A man who lives on Crook Street said he was shocked to wake up to the news that a neighbor was responsible for the assassination attempt. It's absolutely nuts, said the 39-year-old Andrew Blanco. Blanco said most of the people on the block are friendly, but he rarely saw or spoke to anyone at Crooks' home. So this is him. And you know how you get kind of the vibe, right, of school shooter. And it sucks to judge people based off of that, but let's be real. Yeah, he's got the vibe of a shooter, okay? And in this case, it wasn't school. It was a campaign rally, and it was him trying to kill Donald Trump. But what's wild is the dude was a registered Republican. And I believe, there is photos going around of him doing the shooting, and he is wearing, a militia outfit, not full geared up and stuff, but a militia shirt and some khaki pants. So it's I don't know. It's just extremely weird. He would be the one doing the shooting, which is why, some people have suggested that Donald Trump kind of organized this or something, or the Republicans organized this, whether the intent was to actually kill him or just make him survive an assassination attempt. I don't know. This guy got really close, so it's an iffy if situation. And it seems like if Donald didn't turn his head when he did, this guy might have more or less killed him. So Donald Trump lucked out like crazy. Unfortunately, someone else did not luck out like crazy. And going to back to what I was saying about the location, he's here. The stage is here. So it's 148-yard distance. So this dude was a football field and a half away from Donald Trump when he starts taking these shots. How did he get here without ever going through any security to check for weapons or this and that? And is that maybe just like a Trump event standard? I don't know. But the fact that this dude was able to get here with a rifle shows that someone in Secret Service is likely not going to have a job in maybe a month's time once this investigation has gone through. Because dude got within 148 yards with a semi-automatic rifle that's likely good at ranges of up to probably extremely accurate at ranges of probably 300 to 400 yards, more than likely. Extremely accurate. So he, one, was a shitty shot. Some people might say thank God for that. Some people, of course, might say that's fucking unlucky. But for the family member of the person who died in the bleachers, it's extremely unfortunate. And hopefully, that family is able to overcome such a loss. And also the other victims of this are able to recover. But it just, something about this just does not sit well. And the only thing I can say that's good out of this is thankfully it was not some stupid ass Antifa or some minority. It was a white person. And I say that not to be racist. I say that because could you imagine the effect if it was someone black or someone that was Antifa or someone that was a Democrat or hired to do it by a Democrat or whatever? It would be pure insanity. The chaos that would cause could be to the level of starting a whole new path of really racist, dark intent, things that would suck for everyone in America. Okay, we would all have to deal with it. But anyways, Trump survived an assassination attempt. Backstory to whether it's real or legit is something that we shouldn't jump to a conclusion on. It's just some things that are definitely iffy, and we'll have to get further information on it once everything, comes into play, and all the evidence is put forth. I mean, can we get a fucking month of just nothing happening, please? Holy shit. Ever since the '08 housing market crash, it has been insanity after fucking insanity after fucking insanity. America is truly in a very dark spot, and I have no idea how the fuck we got out of it, to be honest with you. Maybe someone has the answer. I'll tell you who doesn't. Joe Biden. Please do not say that motherfucker planned this, because that motherfucker can barely plan how to fucking sit up on his own. Half the time, he's probably got shit in his pants when he's walking. So he definitely didn't plan this, even though he technically is a God King, which I go over in a previous episode, that now the President of the United States is a God King. And if you want to know more about that, just watch my Supreme Court video on that, which came out a week or 2 weeks ago. But anyways, I'm in pain from my back, and I'm going to go relax. Let the pain meds put me to sleep, because last night I did not sleep well. Not because of the Trump assassination attempt, because I personally don't give a shit. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and have a good one. And don't forget, always randomly turn to the left, because it just might save your life.